Welcome to Round Glass. I am Almeiri Santos, and I'm really happy that you're here. Thank you for joining me for this meditation series on parenting with self awareness. The invitation of our meditation today is to bring awareness to ourselves and to our children when it comes to making choices and taking actions. So, I have a question for you. Do you find yourself reacting or responding when you feel triggered by your kids? Have you ever taken the opportunity to reflect on the choices and actions as you teach your kids about the consequences of their choices and of their actions? In my experience as a mother, it is incredibly life enhancing when I find myself reflecting on my own choices, on my own actions as I am teaching my daughter. I know being a parent is, in my experience, an immense opportunity to observe my behavior. It is because life, as we have it, works in circles. Everything comes back at you, to you, for you, good or bad. You put it out there, it will return. It's the law. I do remember my struggles as a new mother and with a toddler, and the phases of I want it, or me, mine, that Jacqueline went through. Oh boy. Now she's a teenager, and I'm here, still opening the book of perspective to show her what it means that your choices will define your future. Interesting, isn't it? It never ends. Parenthood is forever. For this entire series, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Deepak Chopra and his book, The Seven Spiritual Laws for Parents. This series is inspired in much of what I have learned from studying his work and also doing my professional certification at the Chopra Center. Thank you. Okay, we have here, I catch myself reacting more with my teenagers and responding more with my toddlers. I have 4 kids. Oh, God bless you. See, that's interesting because it's the phases, right? Uh, Being a mother. And I have someone here. Yes, so hard sometimes. I don't have kids, but I can imagine doing so. Yeah, before becoming a mother, I have a fainted idea. Now I actually know in my own skin what it means. Thank you for your comments. So, if any questions come up for you during this practice, you can feel free to ask in the chat, and I will have the opportunity to answer it after. Okay, here we are. So let's close our eyes, my friends, and let's breathe. Mm-hmm. Take your time. And allow this moment to serve you as a pause. Imagine that, parents taking a pause. Yeah, why not? So Bring the air in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Very good. Let's do this once again. Keep your eyes gently closed. Bring all of your attention to your breathing, and the air comes in and the air goes out. Oh, so simple. Very good. Once again, nice and slowly in through your nose, out through your mouth, and see if you can notice if you're holding tension on your face and relax the muscles in your face. See if you can relax your jaw, the space between your eyebrows, settling in, finding your comfortable spot, and feel the feelings of relaxation and tranquility wanting to settle in. Yes, this is your break. This is your time. Wonderful. Here's an invitation for you. Think of the choices you have made so far today. You choose to be here practicing your meditation. Yes. How does that make you feel? Breathe nice and gently. Do you realize the amount of self-love and care that is present in the choice of pausing to breathe consciously, like you were doing just now? You didn't think about that just this way, did you? Very good. Very good. Your reward for this very choice of meditating will be that you are going to feel more calm, more centered. You will get more clarity of mind. Yes, you will. Nice and steady. You're doing great. Slowly now. Just for a moment, think of some other choices you have made. Maybe a choice related to your kids, something they wanted, something you decided to do or not to do. Very good. As you observe those choices, maybe you ask yourself, what was it that returned to you? And breathe. So many choices we make all the time as a parent. Breathe. Here's a question for you to ask yourself. What are the choices that can promote the learning of being patient, more considerate, maybe having more empathy? Here's another question for you. What are the situations in your daily life with your little one that can help you teach the importance of choosing from awareness as opposed to choosing just because? Very good. You're doing fantastic. Observe how you're breathing. Observe the space inside of you, the very space that you can notice as you are here taking this break, and breathe. Very good. You are now at a wonderful place, a place of observation. So observe yourself as a person and as a parent. Bring awareness to the choices, yours and those of your kids. I know. Choices are different according to the ages and the phases our kids go through. But one thing remains the same. You know what it is? It's how it makes us feel and how it makes the other person feel. That will always be the guide for our actions. So breathe. Breathe again and again, deeply and slowly. Very good. As you breathe, just for a moment, reflect on what's going on. And consider. Just consider this. What if, instead of or before of distributing rewards for good actions and punishment for bad actions, consider if it would be helpful for you to begin creating the habit of asking yourself and the kids to find different ways to look at things. Imagine that. Before you make a choice, ask yourself, is there a different way to look at this? I use that all the time with my child, especially when I am uncertain of what would be the best choice. Is there a different way to look at this? Awesome, very good. I can see that you're getting curious. That's wonderful. Get curious and open up, truly open up for new ways. Very good. How is your breathing? How are you feeling? It does help to think of things in a different way, doesn't it? Even to ask that question, to our own kids. Hey, ask yourself, is there a different way to look at this? And breathe very gently, giving yourself the right and the permission to relax. And as you relax, breathing calmly, give yourself a few minutes to reflect. In silence. Very good. Let your inner silence expand. And breathe. Here's an invitation for you. As you navigate the challenge of learning how to make better choices for yourself and also how to teach your children the responsibility of their choices, I invite you to keep yourself in a place of patience and observation, noticing how things unfold and what's there to learn. We learn so much by observation and silence and reflection. Yes, we do. Wonderful. Let's together now breathe nice and deeply. Yes. And again. Nice and slow and deep inhale. And exhale. And before you finish, I invite you to make a mental note of how it feels to give yourself permission to take a break and pause and practice a meditation and ask yourself questions. Just make a mental note of that. Because you will know that you can come back to this point anytime. And very gently open your eyes. Congratulations. You did it. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Chances are, my friends, that you will not find a manual or a book or a recipe to guarantee the same favorable results when you face the challenge of making choices. But asking yourself the questions that we asked and reflect on during this practice today will support you as you learn for yourself what feels good and what feels not so good when it comes to the consequences of your actions. And if you ask me, that is just the way it goes with our kids as well. I I went through the to the toddler, and now going through the teenager phase. It's important to remember it is a journey. So if you have questions, I'm here. Now's the time. Okay. Uh, okay, I have someone here asking, how can I overcome the fear of making the wrong decision for my kids? Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel you. I know that feeling. For me, first of all, meditation helps me a lot because I have had many times that I just did not know, what do I do now? What is the wrong one? What's the right one? Which way do I go? And those were the moments that taking a step back for a moment and breathing. And I mean a moment, I don't mean like a day, because you have to say something right there. So a moment. Bring yourself back into presence. And then ask. Even when Jacqueline was as young as 5, 6 years old, I would ask, is there a different way to look at this? And in many times together, we were able to find a halfway or something to help us. So use this practice and the questions we asked. It will help. I have someone here saying, I am not a parent. Will this meditation help me when interacting with other children? Oh yes, absolutely. It's so interesting you asked that, because I actually have buddies, like friends that are 5, 8 years old, and I use the same thing. Okay, there's someone here saying, how can I overcome guilt from choices I made in the past? Oh my goodness, I feel you. I know that feeling. Self-forgiveness, my friend. Who said that we are supposed to know it all? We don't. We will never know it all. And I can assure you, even if it was the wrong intention, the wrong choice, it wasn't the wrong intention. I know that feeling. Self-forgiveness. Parents need a lot of that. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, you can meditate with Round Glass live every single day. So join us again tomorrow, same time, same place. Or you can join us on round.glass. Even you can join us on our app, free app. I will see you next week for my next live session. Thank you again.